And get rich slowly, the only stat that matters. That's from an article I dropped on to Substack yesterday. We've got Hodgie here again with us today. He's having a snooze. It's Sunday afternoon, so I'll forgive him for that. Okay, and what we're talking about today is the monetary statistic that I'm getting at there is the amount of money, the percentage of your take-home pay that you can invest. Right, so why I called it Get Rich Slowly is because, well, first of all, let's talk about the normal socially marketed way of living that people have in their life, okay? So you go to school, you get a job, you spend most of your money buying a house, struggling through having kids and with a full-time job, both probably parents working. Kids stay at home for 20 years, then you work till 65 and you retire for a few free years before your health starts to deteriorate. And that's pretty much the bog standard natural way that we understand society to push us towards. Okay, but I've discovered there's another way. You don't need to live that standard life and to get all those goodies, all the house and all the rest of it. Okay, and it starts by understanding that what they push on you, which is all that stuff that I talked about, working 40 hours and standard, returns and the things that you can buy, you can do with for a lot less money. Okay. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why that statistic is so important. There is a way that you can get housing, drive cars, have holidays, educate your kids and still be able to put money aside to invest. And why you want to do that is that investment will grow. And as you're moving through your life, as the title for this, Get Rich Slowly, as it builds, what that does is it reduces the need for you to have to work so hard, 40 hours a week or more, or get a second job. And it gives you a lot more options later on in your life. I wish I knew this when I started working, or I wish I knew this so clearly. Maybe the options were there. Maybe I just wasn't open to them. But the last 10 years have really been an eye opener for me, and I want to help people if they want to figure this out as well. But it starts by questioning everything. And another article I dropped today talks about that as well. I'll probably do a podcast on that tomorrow, talking about the rat race and how you're in a maze and like this piece of cheese feels like it's dangling out in front of you and you're always trying to chase it and you never seem to get there. Okay, and essentially you want to question everything. All the assumptions need to be questioned, broken down, and step by step moving through them change, and you'll change the outcome. 100%. You can't not do that. Okay. And I've figured out some simple ways. And I started with by talking about this manila folder method. So it's just a simple way that you can bring clarity into your life about your money. You simply break down all your costs, you go through them, and you end up with a starting point. And most people, they're so confused about really where their money goes, what it means, how it all adds up together. And because of this splintered understanding, there's no real direction. And what I find with humans is you get whatever you focus on. So if your focus is scattered, you're in trouble. You're never really going to gain any foothold and then make a progress towards something. And so what this manila folder method does is it shows that you can focus, first of all, on your costs, living a life, and then we simply work through them step by step, and we improve by reducing the costs, getting a similar outcome, similar product or service. You keep your lifestyle high or whatever you're used to, and you now have more money that you can take and invest. I keep talking about investing. I'm not going to say exactly what to invest in. It's not my job. I'm not a financial advisor. That's not really what I'm talking about here. You can invest it. You can put it in your superannuation, retirement savings, on shares, or whatever you want to do with it. But I just feel that that first step is finding that extra money that you can use to invest, and that's where I can help people. Or not, do whatever you want to do, but this is what I'm here for. It's what I want to do. So we're talking about the stat that helps you get rich slowly, that monetary statistic, and that's the percentage of your take-home pay that you invest. So for most people, the pressures on them are to spend nearly everything, or something always needs upgrading or working, or, all that sort of stuff. You need to improve or fix something. However, if you don't focus on that, if you don't focus on, okay, putting a budget in first and working on it and step by step, then you'll find that it all just goes, and you'll wonder at the end of the pay cycle, end of the week, fortnight, month, and the end of the year where it all went. Okay, you have to focus on it. It's easy to do. I have the simplest method possible. Okay. So in the article, I talk about a couple of lies. There's all different types of lies that you can exaggerate, make a lie. You can lie by omission, by not telling someone you should have said something to them, and all sorts of stuff. And there's heaps of lies about money. Those lies are told and marketed to you by people who are going to benefit from those lies. One of them is that it's put out there is that consumption is good. You should, that investing, you're taking money and moving it into investment, steals from the quality of your lifestyle, and that you're going to have to give up something to invest. And that's just not the case. There are plenty of ways that you can question every assumption about spending money, find out what the best value for your money is, still get the same quality of lifestyle, and probably with the dramatically less money. Okay, most people if the level of happiness once the basics are taken care of at 100,000 or 500 are the same. Okay, how can that be? Why isn't the person on $500,000 5 times happier than the person on $100,000 once the basics are taken care of? And that's because the lies that are told you is that everything that you get past the very basics are going to make you happier, and that's just it's not the case. And in fact, some people who earn a lot more money can be very unhappy, driving around in expensive cars, whatever. And I'm not making a judgment here, value. I couldn't care less where anyone eats or what they do with their money. That's not the case. The case is, the thing that I'm trying to point out is that if you have a savings rate, if you can save money every payday, then you will start to build assets that will provide income, multiple income streams for you over time, whether through capital gains or dividends or rent or whatever that might be, that will give you a much more solid future. Okay, it will give you more optionality, and one day might actually allow you to work on something that you're passionate about, or retire early, or retire partially early, or some variation of that theme. That's been the case for us. And it's been the focus for us for quite some time while still enjoying life and having a great lifestyle. Okay, so the other lie they tell is that consumption's good for the economy. They try to guilt you into saying that, spending money, it's good for small business and big business and GDP and turnover. What a load of shit. They only tell you that because they want you to spend the money with their businesses or something like that. That sort of framing just drives me mad. You got to do the best for you. So what we want to do through these podcasts and these articles is examine everything, flip it all upside down, challenge everything, figure out what's good for you, and you will, start to build up these assets more and more and more. Okay. No one's coming to help you. It's up to us. That's it. Okay. Now, I don't, I don't like talking about our successes and how well we've done over a long period of time working at this style of budgeting and investing. But at one point we had a 50% savings rate, it was a bit of work to get there, and we built it step by step by step while still having a comfortable lifestyle, driving modern cars, having great holidays, and all the rest of it. A lot of those steps that we put in place are still paying dividends to this day. And we've been able to back off from working and other things to get to where we are. And I want to help people do the same thing. So, yeah, let's question everything. I've got some great AI prompts that help people move through this process. And just keep engaging. I'll do more podcasts and we'll see where this leads. So, yeah, let's go. We got this.